Hello everyone, my name is Bret, and sometimes I wear a beret, and today I present you with a box. An empty box. A box that once housed the Worker Hurricane. Now this blaster has been out for a bit of time already. It's not new at this point. A lot of people have made reviews on it already, and a lot of people have made crazy upgrades for it too. I didn't pick mine up initially because I was on the fence about it, as when the blaster first was announced, it was all over the place. You had people who thought it was amazing. That looks awesome. That rotation mech in the cylinder is going to be cool. The whole function is going to be cool. And then you had people on the other side who were like, this is the ugliest thing ever. And then everyone in the middle, of course. But I was somewhere in the middle, and my thoughts initially were, okay. I thought it was interesting, but interesting wasn't good enough for me to say, oh, I'm going to go out and buy it. 20 bucks wasn't too expensive. I think that's about how much it was retailing for before shipping. But still, I wanted some other people to maybe get it first, and then I would see, based off of their reviews and maybe upgrades, if that would interest me as well. And so here we are, and obviously you kind of know the answer to that question at this time. Before we get rid of the box, let's just see, is there anything? There's a lot of instructions on the back. Hurricane blaster, suitable age 14 plus, material plastic, confirmed. And it's the Hurricane blaster by Worker, exquisite blaster with universal practicability. It's got the soldiers and the tanks and, you know, everything you need for a Nerf battle. Okay, this box has served its purpose. Farewell. Let's talk about the blaster itself. I'm not a huge fan of this part right here on the handle. That said, the handle is a reasonable size for my hand, so it's comfortable enough. I will see if this actually becomes an issue over time as I'm using it more. Right now, you know, it's a little unpleasant to have that notch there, but it's not the end of the world. And the form, yeah, so what do I think of the form factor? What do I think of this Star Trek phaser? I guess that's kind of my answer. It's fine. Is it a finished product how I'd like it to be? Maybe, maybe not. Meh. At least it's kind of like a blank canvas for people who really want to upgrade it. You know, there's not a bunch of extra stuff. It's kind of minimalist. Loading this thing up is not super quick, as I'm loading at reasonably speed. I loaded that pretty quickly too, but I feel like scavenging in a Nerf game is a very important skill to learn, because loading, you know, darts back into a magazine is impeccable, and that will actually, you know, keep you going if that's really important for a game, because you like run out of magazines or something. So I don't know how practical it's going to be to pull this out every time you reload, or if you just need to buy a bunch more and that will be your answer, because it seems like loading this on its own is not the quickest thing, because you have to fiddle with this back knob because once a dart comes out, you have to if you're, you know, slipping, that's going to be a problem. But at least the next dart is always ready. So pros and cons, I guess. Like I said, we'll see how over time I actually feel about it. Takes 2 AA's, and I'm going to go out and say it. You know, I'm pretty accepting of lackluster blasters. If it's not super powerful, I say, hey, this is fine. There's still things for it. But now with 2 AA's, as it's said in the instructions, I have the instructions right here. As it says, you know, take your 2 AA's, great. Switch in the back, which off, on. So on doesn't mean it's revving the whole time, it just means that it'll start revving once you half pull. Can we hear that sound again? I'm sorry, was that my electric toothbrush? Or was that the Worker Hurricane? I should brush my teeth with this instead. This is really, really bad. And if you think that you can just quickly pull the trigger and get a dart off, oh, sure, you sure can. You can shoot one of those darts 5 feet. AA this thing is quite awful. Now with IMRs you see a little bit of an increase in performance, but yeah, I guess I really can't recommend someone to pick this up if they're going to run it with those kinds of batteries, which is odd because that's kind of how the blaster is advertised. It's very different from Worker, since it's, you know, like the first blaster that says, oh, you know, just slap some double A's into that handle and you're good to go, right? That's different. The Prophecy didn't do that, the Swordfish didn't do that, the Dominator didn't do that. You have to build those things. They give you the shell and you have to build it. This is good to go. And it sucks. It sucks stock. Like, it's just god-awful, unacceptable. For ages 14 plus. You actually can buy these from OutofDarts and FoamBlast shop, which is awesome because that means that you can pay a reasonable price. I think it was 26 bucks, and you'll get it really quickly. And you can also go on there and buy yourself extra magazines. They call them magazines, or I don't know. You can buy extras of the things, and you can get those in white or blue. The original just comes with blue, but you can get some white ones to match it if that's what you want to do. And he was also very kind enough to send me the upgrade for it. This little tiny lipo that he also has on his shop. And he really made it easy for me, and the replacement connector for it. Bam. And I think this will fit perfectly once you rewire it and then close it all up. And all I have to do to rewire is just unsolder these two and solder this in, which sounds so easy, but Lazy Bret will prove that that is not super quick. So that's the Worker Hurricane. It's currently an electric toothbrush. I wouldn't recommend brushing your teeth with it, but I also wouldn't use it in a game as is right now, even me. Definitely will tinker a little bit more with this over time. Maybe we're about to transition into gameplay footage or further development footage.
Nope.
And if not, well, thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you later.